Welcome everyone to a new tutorial video on my channel. My name is Mark, and in this video I'm going to show you why I think that the pressure on heavy touch tactics, defensive tactics, are working really good in combination with the second man press. I say that in lots of other videos that I'm posting on my channel, and I got questions about it in the comments from, well, how are you doing that? Can you show some examples? So that is why this video is about the defending from the tactics pressure on heavy touch with second man press. I got some examples I'm going to show you and explain to you why I think this is such a powerful combination to use when you are defending. But before I begin, I'd really like to ask a favor: drop a like in the video. It will be really helpful for me and my channel to grow. And if you're new to the channel and want to find your way back really easy, make sure that you are subscribed with notifications on. And if you like to buy a jersey, to wear a jersey, make sure that you check out the link in the description to Google's shop, because they sell amazing quality jerseys and they are really cheap. And if you order one, make sure that you use discount code MARK, because you get 12% extra off. All right, we have three kind of pressure tactics that I want to explain. You have the continue pressure, of course, that you always pressing with all the players. That is really hard for your players to keep up the whole match. The stamina of your players will be really low. If you're doing that all the time, and if you are playing against a good opponent, then he will be able to pass a football around all these pressure, because all your players are going to press. Everybody is out of his possession, and 9 out of 10 times your defense will be wide open. That is not what you want. Maybe in the last 10 minutes if you want to force something, but not the whole match. Then you have the pressure after possession loss. That is nice if you lost the ball and then wanted it back immediately. But also that is not always the case. You can't get the ball back all the time after you lost it. So in my opinion, pressure on heavy touch is a really good option, because your player is going to press when your opponent is in a difficult situation. And if you then also use the second man press, then you have an extra option, an extra player. And for lots and lots of opponents, it's really hard to find a solution for them to create chances if you're using that the right way. All right, you saw the clips rolling, and now I'm going to explain. I have some good examples, I have some bad examples from me making mistakes. You see me considering a goal. So I'm also going to show you what you should watch out for if you are using this, because it should take a lot of practice as well. All right, let's start here from the beginning. I'm using the 4-2-3-1 small formation. The formation doesn't matter that much. I'm using the pressure on heavy touch defensive tactics, of course, and the depth is also a bit important, not too much, but it must be somewhere around 50-60, somewhere between that. Not too low, not too high. 50-60 is enough. All right, my opponent is going to kick off, and he's going to the right side of his attack. What I normally almost always do from the kickoff is selecting one player, of course, try to put some pressure on the ball, and always immediately second man press, because you never know what your opponent is going to do. Sometimes people are trying to use the kickoff glitch, running forward, and then the second man press will help immediately to block that. But he is not doing that. He's going to the right side of the field. So what I'm doing, trying to defend with Ginola, which is my left attacking midfielder. Madsen is putting some pressure already from himself, and we get the ball. And then we can build up an attack and score an easy first goal here. All right, then we're going to the second time. He is going to do the same, kick off again. So I'm doing second man press. You can see it here. The green triangle above the head is the player that you're selected with second man press. The red one is the one that you're selected yourself. So what I do, trying to get the ball as soon as I can, but I'm not able to. So now I don't use second man press. I'm just waiting for him to make a choice. Is he going back? Is he going forward? Is he cutting inside? I select my right defender, waiting for him to do, and then I think, well, now it's time for second man press. I'm here with my own defender. Second man press, Kante will put some pressure on him. Adeyemi, my right attacking midfielder, is here, and we also have the center back. So there's no way where he can go. So he's going forward, and yeah, nothing he can do, and we get the ball easily there. And as I already said, sometimes it's really hard to control one player, watch the other player. Doing the second man press, I think, well, you need to keep an eye your own player, this player. If you are pressing the second man press, which player is going to press, because that triangle above the heads is switching all the time. So you need to time that really good. And sometimes I'm also making mistakes. Here my opponent is passing the ball to a striker. I'm selected here, my right center back Simakan, the other one is Van Dijk, and sometimes I'm just struggling a bit with switching, and I thought, well, Van Dijk I selected, and I thought the second man press would be on Simakan, but you see it here, Kante is doing the second man press, but he is out of possession, and Simakan was not doing anything because I thought he was doing second man press, but he didn't. And you know the AI is not defending for you at all, so he was standing still there, and my opponent is able to score a goal. So keep an eye which player is selected for the second man press, else it's not working, as you can see here, and you can see it, a goal. Then the second one is also a mistake from myself. I'm running here after the ball with Kante. He is attacking. I'm not doing second man press because else Klaas will go out of possession and it's wide open for him to pass the ball to a striker. That's not what I want. So I'm selecting here Klaas to cover this space for the pass, and then what I want to do is put Kante on second man press because the triangle is above his head. To close this gap. So that is a good idea in my opinion, so there we go. But as you can see, my opponent is running this way, and if you use second man press, the player is running into the direction that your opponent is running to, but he can switch sides, of course. So you need to release the second man press in the correct time, else your player is out of possession, and that is exactly what is going to happen here. I was a bit too late with releasing the second man press. As you can see here, Kante is out of possession. My opponent is able to cut inside and give a pass. Luckily for me, he failed the pass, and we are still able to defend it. But there you can see that timing is also really important. So the player is moving into the direction that your opponent is moving in, and if he switches directions, he is never ever in time to get after him. So that is a bit good to know, I think. So here, similar situation. He is passing the ball to a striker. I have Van Dijk. I'm putting second man press all the time because else your defenders are not doing anything. And switching to Simakan because that is the player that I want. Because that is the last player that is able to catch up with Tsikankov, because Van Dijk was already a bit out of possession. I put second man press on, so Van Dijk is doing at least something. And yeah, my opponent is holding up there, and I'm able to get the ball. So if you are doing these one-on-one situations, always press the second man press button, because else your defenders are not doing anything. All right, then my opponent is going to attack again, of course. He is going through the middle. I selected Van Dijk here, and also the second man press with Maatsen, so he's closing in from two sides, and also Simakan is there. So we're covering this space with three defenders. So the only thing that he could do, in my opinion, is going back, but there are also three players for me back. Only thing he can do is going to the right side, and that is not really dangerous in the first place for me. So the most dangerous situation we have covered with three defenders, and the only thing he can do is going right. Well, that is exactly what he do. So I'm switching to one of my midfielders to go after him, and then I'm going to decide, will I do second man press, yes or no? In first, not, because Maatsen is doing his job good. He is covering this space, and I will do the same with the player that I selected. And now there is some time to put some pressure on, because Maatsen is in front of him almost can get the ball. And if you then select second man press, then your player is going to be aggressive on the ball and try to get the ball. And I'm here with Ginola to cover the space for the running player to get the ball if he is passing into that. So only thing he could do is or a skill move, which is probably going to fail because I'm using second man press, and going back. And the last one is the thing he's done, and he's going back. So all danger is gone because I use second man press really, really good. All right, I'm losing the ball here. You can see that. My opponent is going to the left side of the field, and what you can see here, I need to go back a bit more. I'm using second man press with Adeyemi, so he is going into this space because Roberto Carlos is going there. So my player will go there. I'm trying to cover the space myself with Van Persie, my cam, to make sure that the area here is a bit clear. And I also have my center back and my right defender here, my controller. And what you can see here with the pressure on heavy touch, I think this is a really, really good example for pressure on heavy touch. The game is recognizing that this player is in a heavy situation, as we call it. So my players, other players, are going to press. You can see it here with Kante, you can see it here with Klaus. They are making movement, they are making runs into the space to make this as small as we can. So he's passing the ball to this player. You see the player is already selected, and because Klaus is putting some pressure because of the tactics that we are using, we can easily get the ball and build up our own attack. All right, then again, my opponent is another opponent, by the way. He is building up an attack. So what we are doing is try to cover the space with my central defensive midfielder. That's what I'm doing most of the times, and keep my defense in line as long as we need it. So there's not a really thing that he could do here. Maybe pass it to the right, but that should not be really dangerous. Pass it to this guy, also not really an option. He's doing a skill move no matter what, but then he is on a bit of a more heavy pressure because he's closing into my defenders, and then I selected second man press, so he is passing the ball to the right side. I'm switching to Maatsen. Kante here is now selected, but in a few seconds you can see it here, it's selected to Van Dijk. So I put the second man press, and Van Dijk is going to press. I know sometimes it's a bit risky to do that with your center backs, but there's only one striker, and Simakan is here, and also Klaas is running back, so I was not worrying about that. And Van Dijk, this is still his gold card. It's half of May, it's still his gold card. He's still amazing for me. Look at this. Only thing I do is use second man press. Look for Van Dijk. He's getting the ball back from me. No matter what, he's getting the ball back from me, and that is why this is so damn good. All right, then I'm clearing the ball after a attack from my opponent, rushing it forward, and here my opponent is going to get that ball, and he is in a bit of a dangerous scenario. Not really, but because I'm going to use second man press now, I'm going to press with Ginola on the ball, and when I'm using second man press with Van Nistelrooy, he will also closing in the opponent. And I think he was not expecting that, because he was trying to get the ball back to his center back. He lost it. We could do a chip pass and create a chance. I was already leading 4-1. I really don't know why Ginola is placing this ball so damn high, but sometimes I think when you are leading with 4-1, the game will help the opponent a bit. I did not really much do pressure on the shot power on this 2.5 bars, and look how high he's going to shoot it. I don't know why, but that is it for the video. This is how I use second man press, and that is why I think you should use it as well, because it helped me in so many scenarios to defend really, really well. Try it out yourself, practice it, which is really important. I already said it, practice it. It should not be done from the first game that you're trying this. You need to practice it. Maybe you can go into squad battles or go into matches against CPU, against the computer, AI opponent. Then you can easy check out if you want to use it, yes or no, without any pressure of real opponents. Thank you very much for watching, and if you didn't like the video yet and you think it's still useful, it will be really useful for me if you will do that. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.